Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Since I did not have to do a lot of meal prep this week because I am off work this week, but I did want to get some stuff prepped so I still could stay on plan and be successful and make sure I eat all my meals this week since I am not working, like I said, not on a regular schedule. So I'm just throwing to this week's meal prep in with today's what I eat video. So I have a lot of veggies I had to chop up for different meals and plus just to have on hand to snack on. So I put my veggies in these little containers and then these just go into my refrigerator. I got these two big tall containers, I believe at the Dollar Tree, and they fit perfect in my vegetable drawer, and you'll see here in a second I'll show you where I keep them, and then that way they're just in there, they're ready to go. I can just grab them and have my snacks and whatnot. I'm having veggie wraps for 1 or 2 days this week, and so that's why I want to chop up all my veggies. I can put the wrap together and it'll be amazing and good. Now last week you guys saw I made the best chicken. I had made this before when I was on Weight Watchers before, but I had completely forgot about it. And it's the easy baked chicken from the Skinny-ish dish. I always mess up that name. I will have her recipe linked down below. A ton of you have told me that you have made this recipe also for a long time and absolutely love it. The part of it I did not show you is the part where you brine it. So I had this chicken soaking for about 7 or 8 hours in water with some kosher salt. And then I just patted it dry after it soaked for 6 hours. Patted it dry, then I'm adding on these spices. I'm using the same spice combination that she uses, smoked paprika, salt, pepper, garlic, and then you just kind of get in there with your hands and just kind of make sure everything's all rubbed on there. And that's even what she says as well. You're going to have your oven at 450 degrees, so really hot. Now you can see these chicken breasts are super thick, so of course you want to make sure you cook them until they're done, but you don't want to overcook them. But one of the things with brining this recipe is it makes the chicken so juicy. Now, make sure you don't cut the chicken right when it comes out. I personally am just leaving it whole because like I said, I'm prepping this for the entire week that I'm going to have with dinner and lunches. So I won't be cutting mine, but if you wait for about 10 minutes after it comes out of the oven before you slice into it, that way it just still keeps all that moisture and all the juices. This is the best chicken. It has the best flavor. It's moist. It is so good. So these particular breasts, because they are so thick, they took about 45 minutes to cook. So because of that, I'm actually going to cook my baked potatoes at the same time. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these off to the side. Now, one of the meals this week is going to be stuffed baked potatoes. I decided to keep things really simple. Like I said, I'm not working this week, but I want to make sure I stay on plan. It's really hard from when I'm sitting at home to stay on plan. And so I just wanted to make sure I was on plan. So I'm just going to do a super easy meal. So one of the meals I'm going to do is some of that chicken that I made, stuffed in a baked potato, and then add on some cheese and some Greek yogurt and maybe some broccoli or something if I'm feeling it. But I want to scrub these potatoes really good because, potatoes are kind of nasty and dirty. So I just have my little brush here, and I'm just scrubbing them really well. I don't know, is there anything else you should clean them with? I was a little afraid to put vinegar on there. I've done that with other fruits and stuff, but I just thought the potatoes may I don't know, soak it in. So I don't know. If you have any suggestions, let me know. But I mean, I just scrubbed the heck out of them and they came nice and clean. Now I know sometimes you can wrap the potatoes in foil and cook them that way. I've done that before. I've worked in restaurants before, and that's kind of how they did them in the restaurants I worked in. But I didn't do that this time. I just simply washed them all up, poked them with the fork, and then I actually, instead of rubbing them with oil or butter, which is what we did in the restaurant I worked at, is they just, totally covered them with oil and butter and then wrapped the foil on them. I'm just going to spray mine with some cooking spray, and then I'm just going to sprinkle some salt on top. I'm going to use kosher salt just because I want to make sure, it has enough seasoning on there. And then I'm just going to cook these in the oven at the same time as the chicken. You can cook a baked potato really at any temperature. It's just going to take longer the, lower temperature you have. But again, baked potatoes still take about 45 minutes to cook depending on the size of them. And these are pretty large ones because I'm going to have these as a meal. So anyway, so it did put this kosher salt on there. So I'm just going to put the chicken and the potatoes in the oven at the same time at 450. And both of them took about 45 minutes. I think the potatoes came out a little bit sooner than the chicken actually, because this chicken was so thick. Another thing I'm going to have for lunch this week is going to be the Copycat Applebee's wonton tacos. Now, last time I made these, I made the entire thing in meal prep, but if you guys remember, and I'll try to find that recipe and link it down below, or not the recipe, I'll link the recipe down below, but I'll try to find that video and put it down there below. But I will be showing you this week how I make those. So I'm just going to show you the meat part. Last time I made the actual taco part using the wontons and the slaw, but the slaw got a little soggy, which I should have known it was going to do that. And the wontons were really hard to work with once they were cooled down. They were kind of hard to open up and work with. So I'm just going to do the meat this week. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the sesame oil, the hoisin sauce, the minced garlic. Again, I will have that recipe linked down below so you have all their measurements and everything. Now, the original recipe does use diced up chicken, but I'm going to do ground chicken. It's just easier to work with, and that way I don't have to like dice up all the chicken. And I don't know, I just like using the ground chicken. I did it last time, and it worked out perfect. I think you could probably do this with ground turkey as well, but the ground chicken is 0 for me on my plan, so why not use it? And this is like 96% fat-free ground chicken. I think that's what it was, 96.4, yeah. So I'm just going to ground it up, and then we'll add in all those other ingredients that I just showed you. And then I usually like to let it simmer for a long time, just to make sure that all the flavors are melding all together and everything. So the day I make this for lunch, which I will probably maybe do it tomorrow or something, I will show you how to make the slaw and how to make the wontons. And I'll probably just do a little bit of the slaw at the time because I probably have this more than one day. And then I'm going to serve this with some of the G Hughes sugar-free sweet chili sauce. And then I'll also serve it with probably an Asian salad on the side as well. So my meat is all done, so I'm just going to store this in the refrigerator. It has such a good flavor, y'all. You guys will love it. It is so good. So original recipe, link down below. And then my chicken is all done. Does not look amazing, you guys. So good. And then here are my baked potatoes. So my lunches and dinners are done for the week. I have all the prep done, which is absolutely amazing and so, easy. I think I just need to start thinking easy. I try to get so creative with my meals, but easy really, it has it all. So I just put my baked potatoes, I wrapped them in foil, put them in a bag just to make sure I just kept them nice and fresh. Now, time for coffee. So I'm just having some of my French roast coffee. I'd like to use my French press for it. I have a tablespoon of fat-free half and half, a tablespoon of this silk almond creamer. So been loving that combination lately. It's been like my favorite combination of coffee. For breakfast this morning, I had 2 eggs, 1 slice of the Sara Lee 45-calorie bread, some cottage cheese, and some avocado. I get a lot of questions all the time, like, how do I get so much protein in? And today was a really high protein day. I think I did 166 grams of protein. Well, one of the ways is eggs and cottage cheese. Cottage cheese has a lot of protein. A half a cup of cottage cheese has 13 grams of protein. And this is a fat-free cottage cheese. And I like adding avocado on top of it. So good. For lunch today, I'm going to do a chicken sandwich. So I have some of that chicken that I prepped up earlier. My buns don't quite fit in my toaster, so they kind of burn on top. I'm using these Carb Master hamburger buns, which are low carb, lettuce shreds, light mayo. I'm going to have a yogurt with it as well. So I just sliced up the chicken super, super thin, put it in the microwave, and heated it up a little bit because it had cooled down since I had cooked it earlier. Added 1 tablespoon of mayo, half on each side of the bun, added some shredded lettuce, and this was amazing, you guys. This was so good. And then had the cherry yogurt on the side. I love these Oikos yogurts. Again, high protein, low calorie. And of course, I had to have my protein coffee. I have some of this cold brew here. I actually have some new coffee I'm going to share with you guys this week. I had a company send me some coffee to try. So in tomorrow's video, either tomorrow or the next day, well, the next video you see, I will taste test that coffee and let you know what I think. But in the meantime, I'm having the La Colombe coffee. For dinner tonight, I'm going to do that stuffed baked potato so I have chicken in there. I have some fat-free cheddar cheese, some of the plain non-fat Greek yogurt, some green onions on top, and then the side is the chipotle and cheddar a salad kit from Dole. So good. I just did 1 serving of it. So my totals for today, I used 14 points, but I earned back 2 for water and for veggies. And then I had like 1,461 calories and 166 grams of protein, you guys. So much protein today. And that is today's meal prep and what I ate. So stay tuned. In the next video, you'll see the rest of the week. And like I said, I'll show you the new coffee that I found, and then I'll show you the wonton recipe, and I may have a couple other taste test things. We'll see what I find. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.